Chapter 43. So I'm in my 40s now, but back in 5th form, 15 years old, many moons ago, my brother was in the first 15 rugby team. He's 3 years older than me and had this one white friend, we'll call Andrew. He was pretty good on the eye too, but never taken notice until now. Now that you're 40. He would drop sneaky hints to my bro like, how old is your sister again? Can't believe she's 15. This went on for a while, and being the overprotective brother he was, he said to me, oi, stay away from Andrew, he's hard out asking about you. Well, Andrew had some balls, and literally he had a huge laho, because, you know, girls talk. Anyway, he asked me to the school formal, which back then, 7th formers were only allowed to take partners from the same year. I said no, because he could be an ass at times. Plus, once my brother heard, he gave Andrew a hiding for going behind his back. Fast forward a month later, me and my mates ended up at the seniors party. Thank the Lord my brother wasn't there at the time because we were wasted. Not drunk, but lily wasted. Oh, no. So sick of weed, okay. Andrew was there with some random chick. He saw me and made a beeline. I thought I was fast, giving him the slip, but no, this wolfer found me. My mates were near, but with their boyfriends, and Andrew had no intention on leaving, so I asked, what does he want? He was like, you. The chick he was with was nowhere in sight, and I knew he wanted me, and the dirty little girl came out to play thanks to the cancha. A sleep out was to the side, so we went in there. We kissed. I let him eat the punans, and holy shit, he ate it good. This white boy knew his shit, and by the time we were finished, I was doing the shaky legs. When we walked back towards the party, my mates knew, and we pissed ourselves laughing. Andrew smacked my ass, kissed me on the lips, and said, I'll be seeing you later. Oh. To this day, no one knew besides my besties, and whenever we saw each other out at parties, we'd end up going home to do all the nasty erotic things, and he never let me down. This went on for 4 months, and he tried to make it official, but since he was my brother's mate, I couldn't, and if my brother found out, I'd be the one who got the hiding. Sad to say, my brothers could never beat up anybody I came home with because I was always the stronger one. Next story. A few years back, my auntie needed help in her office, so she took me along with her. There was a guy who worked in the same office that my auntie that asked my auntie to introduce him to me on my first day there. On the second day, he asked my auntie if I had a boyfriend, and if not, would she be okay if he asked me out. The second day? He then told him to just shoot a shot, and he did, only because my life at the time was not as exciting as a normal person's, and that's why I said, why not? My second week there, we started having proper long-ass conversations. I only worked there for 3 weeks, by the way. Our relationship went to 100 real quick. I met his dad and sister, and he met my dad. We moved in together on the 4th month of dating. On the 11th month, Gumma proposed and we were set to get married the following month to mark our 1-year anniversary. 1 month after being engaged. Okay, chimchachishin. The weekend before our party, he had his stag night and I had my hen's night. His stag night took place at their beach home where over 40 of his boys turned up and some of my guy mates. His best man hired 3 strippers too. Anywho, this guy, my husband-to-be, was the weakest drinker I have ever met, and he would be kaya as after only 3 bottles of lolly drinks. So we're going to call him Kaya. Okay, I take it he's not together anymore. Anyways, on that very night, one of my mates that was invited to Kaya's stag party sent me a video of Kaya screwing a random chick in our car. That ended my hen's night real quick because it crushed me to pieces. What in God's kingdom? I was so hurt that I told everyone to go home and made up a lie that I was feeling sick. He came home the next morning and I showed him the video and told him that the wedding was off. He started crying and begging, saying it meant nothing, and even had the audacity to tell me that she helped him into our car, and before he knew it, she was already on him. Blah, blah, blah bullshit. So I left. 2 months later, after ignoring his calls, his dad's calls and his sister's calls, I gave in an answer to his sister. She was living in Vanuatu at the time. So I can take a guess we know where he's from. She said that she'll pay for me to come over and blow off some steam there. So I thought that could be a good idea. She also said that her dad was coming over to see her as well, and if I wanted, she'll put me on the same flight with her dad. I didn't want to get freebies from them, so I told her I'll pay my own way there. It came to the day to fly out. I met Gaia's dad at the airport and saw Gaia too. He just came to see his dad off, looking all innocent and whatnot. I greeted the dad and gave Gaia a hard pass. He said he was sorry again, but I just gave him the eye roll. Me and Gaia's dad sat next to each other on the plane. We had the longest chat and he was so apologetic. I told him it was okay and I was totally over it. When we got to Vanuatu, we went straight to their house, only to find out Gaia's sister was at a camp for work things. Day went, night came, and Gaia's dad asked what I wanted for dinner because we had a full-on spread for lunch. Hold up. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I told him I wasn't hungry and that I was going to go for a shower and hit the sack. I was in total shock when he replied, "Which sack?" and laughed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't make so. I laughed it off and made my way to my room. After a shower on my way out, he was on his way in with just his towel on. He then asked, "Shower pressure all good?" I said, "Yes, perfect," and started to walk off when he grabbed my hand and said if I wanted to test it out again, but this time with him. I tell ya, when that towel dropped, my jaw dropped with it. Oh my fucking... Okay, before you say ooh, this guy had Gaia's sister at 16, then had Gaia before he was 18. So you can only imagine how good he still looked. Are you just trying to justify your story, boo-boo? Once we got in the shower, picture getting banged in a waterfall. Then that led to the bedroom and that whole house was turned up. Felt like we were shooting a scene for 365 days. Next morning, the sister called to say that she won't be home till the weekend and it was only frickin' Tuesday. For the next 4.5 days, it was full on steamy. We only ate to gain energy, hit the shower, sex and repeat. Oh my god. Amo ia oasis. Gaia's sister finally came home from camp Saturday night and we went back to being normal. Well, sort of. It was time to fly back home, and to this day, I've given Gaia 2 younger siblings and made him my motherfucking stepson.